Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto, and today I'm going to show you how to remove and reinstall this wiper motor in this 2007 Mini Cooper S. If there's any parts you need for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. We're going to pull this cover off, just grab underneath here, it'll twist up. You can pull it off completely. Just slide it out. There's some tabs that hold it in. This nut is on there pretty good, so I'm going to use a little bit of rust penetrant. I'm going to put a rag underneath here so I don't get any on the paint. Just let that soak for a little while. All right, after letting that soak a little bit, I'm just going to try tightening this for a second. See if it'll just budge a little bit and loosening it. I'm going to make sure I hold the arm while I'm doing this. There we go. Take that nut off. All right, now we're going to grab the arm. I'm just going to rock it back and forth a little bit. This is pretty rusted in here. I'm going to spray some more rust penetrant in there. We'll let that sit for a little bit. All right, this is pretty rusty. I'm just going to use a wire brush to start. Get some of this rust out of the way. Then I'm going to use a pick. Just try to scrape this a little bit. Just scrape some of the corrosion away. I'll spray some more rust penetrant. This is a wiper arm puller that we could use, but under normal circumstances, we wouldn't be able to use this because of this washer sprayer, because the way this tool works, it pushes this stud down and that pushes and pulls the wiper arm. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a nut, stick it on here, not all the way down, we'll just get it started, and then we'll take a 13mm quarter-inch socket, because the socket, this little stud will not push through the socket. So we'll put that on there, so that's going to protect the sprayer. We'll put this tool on. We just want to break it free. Okay, so our arm was pushing on the edges of this tool. The tool was a little bit too big, so what we did was we took a washer and shaved off the edge, and we're going to slide the washer into the tool and try that, see if that helps us out. There you go. All right, so that loosened up our arm. Pull the nut off. We're able to get the arm broken free from the stud. Just pull it off just like that. Then we're going to open the lift gate. Just push the button. Next, we're going to take these two Torx bolts out. There's one right here. There's also one right here. I'm going to use a T30 socket extension and a ratchet. Take that one out. We'll take this one out. Now I'm going to use a trim tool. I'm going to go around the outside. There's push pins holding it on. Be careful in this area. There's a little box right there that might be in your way. So those are all the push pins that hold it in. We're going to take this washer hose off of this rear wiper motor in the back. I'm just going to use a pick tool, get underneath this hose a little bit, just to break the seal. Go all the way around and twist it a little bit. I am going to have a catch pan to catch any wash fluid that comes out. And no washer fluid came out, so we're all set. Just make sure in case you do have some washer fluid come out. Disconnect this electrical connector. I'll just take my pick tool and I'm going to release the lock here and pull the connector out. Next I'm going to take these 3 bolts out that hold the rear wiper motor in. I'm going to use a 10mm socket, extension, and a ratchet. Now when I go to take the last one out, I'm going to support the motor so it doesn't fall. Pull the bolt out. I'll pull the motor straight down. All right, we're going to reinstall this wiper motor. Just slide the stud through the hole. And we'll take our 10mm bolts. We'll get these all started. Oops. Take my 10mm socket and extension. And ratchet, and we'll snug these up. Make sure those are snug. Take our washer hose, slide that back on. Take the electrical connector, line it up, lock it in place. If you get one of these push pins that's stuck in there, you can reuse it. We're just going to use this tool. We actually sell this tool at 1A Auto. This is meant for removing the clips. Just slide it on here and squeeze it just like that. I'm just going to slide this piece right in between here and push it on. Then we'll take this panel, just going to line it up with all the push pins and lock it in place. Now we'll take these Torx screws and we'll screw them back in. I'm going to use my T30 and an extension. And I'll just snug them up. Now I'm going to close the lift gate. Just going to use some window cleaner, wash this window, get some of that rust penetrant off. All right, we're going to use a wire brush. I'm just going to clean up these little grooves in the wiper shaft. So make it so that it bites into the wiper arm a little bit better if you clean these up. Otherwise it might loosen up on you. You can also take a little pick tool and go down and clean out each individual groove. It takes a little more time, but if it's really bad, it's a good idea to do this. Before I install the rear wiper arm, I want to make sure it's in the park position. So I'm going to turn the key on and cycle it, 1 cycle, and make sure it's in the right position. Oops. So once it stops, you turn the key off and you know that it's in the park position. Before we reinstall this wiper arm, this one's pretty dirty in here, so I'm going to use a wire brush. This is like a circle wire brush. So just clean in here, and that looks pretty good. That'll bite some of the threads on the wiper stud. That'll work. Now I'm going to reinstall this rear wiper arm. We're gonna line it up with this black line. It's kind of hard to see on video, but there's a black line there. It's roughly where it was. And I'll install the 13mm nut. Use a 13mm socket and my ratchet. And snug that up. We can put this cover on. Just gonna slide it over here, lock it in place, and lock it down.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.